Hi, it's Rowena from Weymouth Bay Reflexology. Today I am doing a short video on how to give your baby some reflexology. So this is really good for soothing crying babies. It's something that you can try and do every day, and it can often be very effective. It's a nice time to spend a little bit of time with your baby doing something a little bit different. So just before we start, I would always say when you're working with your baby, it's essential that you are feeling calm and relaxed yourself. As I'm sure you're aware, with babies, they tend to pick up very quickly on any anxiety or stress that you're feeling. So make sure that you are actually calm enough to give reflexology to your baby. So you can take a few breaths, say a positive affirmation, something like I'm calm and relaxed and I'm ready to support my baby. And also making eye contact with your baby. Communication with your children is absolutely the best thing that you can have with your children. And if you start early, then you can continue that relationship with them. So you will find that your baby might move their legs about a lot. You can just about work with that. If baby is pulling their legs up towards their tummy and keeps them away from you, that's a sign, a cue from them that they're not really engaging with what you're doing with them, and that's fine. You can just go back to it, stop, do it another time. Okay, so this is my, I don't know whether you can see, this is my pretend baby. As you can see, I've got a neck support and I've got this baby laid down on a nice wide flat surface. If you are doing this at home, you can, if you've got a big bed, then it's ideal for you to lay the baby down on a big bed and use that. Just make sure that they're safe, that they can't roll off. All babies will roll at some point or another, just be aware of that. You can also put baby on your knees and have their feet in front of you. Sometimes it's really nice to have them on your lap, and you can have their feet like this. Okay, so whatever makes it more comfortable for you. Obviously, the bigger the baby, the harder it is to have them on your lap sometimes. Just make sure that they're comfortable. You don't have to support their neck like this, but this is the position that I use when I'm teaching my baby reflexology classes, and it seems to work quite well to have their little heads supported. Gives them a little bit of an easier way of looking at you as well. Because sometimes if you're laying on the floor and you've got no control over your neck, seeing mummy or daddy is quite difficult. Now hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So to start, put your hands on your baby's feet and you can just gently hold the heels in your hands like this. It's just very gentle. Hold them loosely. This is just getting them ready. It's a good way to initiate what you're going to do, and they'll get used to this. Then you can do a calming hold. So we're working on the solar plexus, which is one that I use in adults a lot. You're looking to find the middle of your baby's foot. There's a little dimple there. Not so easy to find on tiny feet, but it's roughly here. And you can just hold that. And again, it's a great spot to hold for calming. You can just hold it for 5 or 10 seconds. Okay, it's really good for settling children. And if sometimes this might be the only thing that you can do, but it will bring a little bit of a break into whatever it is that's happening for them if they're having a stressful time. And then you want to calm the nervous system. So you're going to gently, and when I'm talking about pressure here, as light as a feather. You're not pressing. You're not making the skin white when you touch it. You are literally just a feather-like touch. You can stroke down the inside of baby's foot from the big toe towards the heel. So this relates to the spine reflex, and again is really good for calming the nervous system. The other thing that's really important to know is to go slow. If you go fast, that's a sign for the nervous system to speed up, which is not what you want. You want to calm, and calming means slow. And you can just do this. Okay, and then you can work on the other foot too. 2 or 3 times. I like 3. It's my favourite number. Okay, so this, your baby should like this. You know, obviously if they're pulling their feet away from you and you're getting the signs that they're not enjoying it, then just stop. Don't do any more. It's absolutely fine. So then, it's really good for crying babies is to work the head reflexes, and the head reflexes are all located in babies' toes. Now, obviously, in heads, there's a lot going on. There's all of your breathing equipment. There's gums with teeth in. There's your feeding equipment. If your baby's still on milk, obviously, then their tongue, their palate, their mouth all need to work really well. And if they've been crying, babies can get headaches too. So it's important to know that you can help release a little bit of the tension from all of those things. You can just gently wiggle. Obviously my baby's toes don't wiggle, but your baby's will, hopefully. Just hold and gently pull. And I don't mean pull them hard, it just literally just a tiny bit of tension. And go one way and then come back towards the big toe. And then move on to the baby's other foot, and they should find this quite soothing. You might not find the response is instant, but you may find, you know, in 10 or 15 minutes after you've had some reflexology with your baby that they might show signs of being calmer, being less aggravated. They might even stop crying. Okay, and then you're going to work on the digestive system. The reflexes for babies are quite small, so we're going to work in a general area. Clockwise circles with the thumb on the middle of the foot. And this helps to release wind and gas and just general tension. Babies' tummies are still very much developing and will be for 2 or 3 years. And most of the babies I see in class have issues with wind, gas, reflux, not being able to poo or pooing too much. You can just generally help the digestive system by just gently working this area here. Always remember to go to the other foot as well. You need to work both. And again, you're going to work in a clockwise direction. That is quite important because that's the way the gut works. It's clockwise. You just do a few circles. I mean, obviously, if your baby's showing signs of liking it, then carry on. Just, again, use very light pressure. You don't want to stimulate the baby too much. Then you can work down a little bit further on the heel area of your baby's foot. And again, clockwise circles here. It's all going to help that digestive motion. It's called peristalsis. It's the movement of the bowel. It's moving all of their nutrients and food through their stomach and then onto further digestion. And eventually to poos, we hope. And again, we work over the heel area in a clockwise direction. Okay, I'll probably take this a bit slower in real life, but obviously my video needs to be short enough to load up. So, and then you can go back to that calming hold where you're just holding the heels gently around the ankles. Take a few deep breaths. Okay. And there you go. So that's a very general routine for soothing crying and colicky babies. I would say when you've given your baby any reflexology, they may be thirsty, so make sure that you give them, offer the breast or give them a bottle. They need to drink as much as adults do. If you've got a toddler, then offer them some water. They may be more tired. It doesn't seem like very much, but reflexology can be quite effective and powerful. So they may be tired even after such a little bit of reflexology as that. So be aware that they might need to sleep more. And hopefully they'll be a little bit calmer. I suggest that if you can, that you use reflexology with your child as much as you possibly can. As with adults, repetition of reflexology is more effective. So the more you do it, the better the results for them. It's also really nice for you as a parent to have a way of engaging with your child that isn't caring or feeding or other needs. So I do find that my mums who come to my classes really enjoy this particular touch therapy with their babies. If you're interested in learning more about reflexology for babies, then you can have a look on my website. I do offer reflexology for children. There's a whole 5-week course that you can do with me, which we can do online, and at your convenience we can set a time that suits you, either individually or in a group Zoom. So my website's weymouthbayreflexology.co.uk. As usual, I will try and get a handout ready for you for this particular routine. If you've got any questions, do get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Bye.